We were brought into the world to guardians, who hadn't the foggiest about the thing would have been beneficial for us. A great deal of them couldn't keep their own relationships together. Didn't prevent them from working out there, but, however, also, we lived in a general public that had a lot of guidance for us. Truth be told, it wouldn't quiet the fuck down. Do this, do that, don't do the other. Took us some time to understand that every one of its arrangements was poo. That they were about what it needed from us, not what was acceptable or solid for us. That is the reason we're here. In any case, with every one of the plans, possibly some youthful fellows got somewhat used to tuning in. Possibly you thought you required guardians. Possibly you thought you required society. Perhaps you thought society was a hatchery, that it was there to keep you protected and warm and give you all you required. Possibly you thought it was a machine that was intended to accomplish something for you. That is absolutely what it says it is. However, it's definitely not. It won't ever be. Society isn't a hatchery. It's a junkyard. It's a lot of stuff that is lying near. Furthermore, that stuff is lying there because another person constructed it in the exertion of deal with themselves. It's dependent upon you to get the pieces you need to use to deal with yourself thusly. Society won't do it for you. It is anything but a motor. It should be a motor. It's simply a stack of stuff. You need to make your own particular manner. Also, perhaps some of you are beginning to understand that the misstep you made wasn't to tune into some unacceptable arrangement. It was a feeling that you might pull off letting another person plan your life for you in any case. That regardless of whether your folks suffered a heart attack. That regardless of whether your way of life thought often about you. Your life would in any case be your duty. Indeed, I will speak more about an endgame. Things that work for me and my companions. Pieces of my machine. Pick them up, perhaps fabricate something with them. Dependent upon you. You're as yet all alone. In any case, today I have something more essential to say. I will disclose to you that you're fortunate to remain here, fizzled by your own folks, deserted by your general public, and your way of life, and your alleged chiefs. It's a gift, since now you know. Consider the big picture. You might have been a Nazi, brought into the world in 1931, walked with the Hitler Youth, heard every one of the addresses about the fate of your kin, and accepted. Accepted hard. Accepted down to your center. Been essential for an entire country with a superb and bound together vision for what's to come. Been a piece of an option that could be greater than yourself. At that point, get your Aryan ass kicked and found it was all poop. You might have been a socialist. You might have thought you were important for the incredible worldwide transformation to make the world reasonable. And only for everybody until the end of time. Furthermore, seen it transform into only another pardon for starvation, torment, bondage, and demise. At that point, seen a breakdown in contemptible disappointment, leaving you with nothing to have confidence in. You might have been naturally introduced to an ancestral society that illuminated each part of life for you, with no alternative except to do whatever your dad did, and his granddad before him. You might have been a Spartan, falsely solidified into a kid officer with debilitated PE games. You might have been such countless places, and times where opportunity was never an alternative. Yet, you are free. Opportunity is frightening, particularly when you figured you would be given an arrangement forever. It leaves you with countless inquiries. How are you expected to have connections now? Is it true that you should have them by any means? What might be said about kids? What are you expected to do when you are 30, 40, 50? It is safe to say that you should simply continue to turn plates for eternity. It is safe to say that you will pass on alone. Be that as it may, when it's everything depends upon you. It truly is dependent upon you. There are no off-base answers any longer. Exactly what you don't need, and what you do. Also, you will be good. I realize you can do this since I could. Before there was a TRP to help me, I essentially needed to imagine it in my life, and afterward, record it so it seemed well and good. What's more, when I did, I found others doing likewise. We're not exceptional. We were just deprived of our dreams, and we began taking notes. The same things that made you alluring to ladies when you figured out how to show them will make you ready to confront the future without dread and cut your own specialty out of the world when you figure out how to be those things. Obviously, they will. They need to. How is it possible that it would at any point have been something else? Why the hellfire do you think ladies develop to be pulled into those things in any case? It improves. It improves if you work on yourself. It improves if you esteem yourself. It improves if you deal with yourself like you merit something, and don't need to agree to what individuals who don't adore you figure you ought to have, or ought to be. Obviously, you will mess up, tumble down, get injured, fizzle. You will flop again and again. Since, in such a case that you don't flop a great deal, you're not making enough of effort things. However, you will be alright. You needn't bother with guardians. You needn't bother with a general public that discloses to you the importance of your reality. You needn't bother with a bunch of rules to disclose to you how not to be powerless, or whether you are fruitful. You needn't bother with T or P. Also, you needn't bother with me, on the off chance that I never composed another word. A ton of you would work it out very much as I did. I'm not here to be your new father, and T or P isn't here to be your new society. We're here to give you instances of what worked for us. Maybe it will make things somewhat quicker and simpler for you. Be that as it may, you don't really require me. You just need you.